a best 3 out of 5. Solidus versus Santiago. Let's go.
And it looks like we are seeing the hero. So I feel good that I'm right at least once tonight. Because I've said so many things already that are just incorrect. But we are seeing neutral start, 2 Pokemon Stadium 2, no Smash Rolls for Santiago, possibly banned by Solidus, or maybe just feeling like, whatever. I'll just go here this time around. But much different start than other games we've seen in the past from these two. Santiago hasn't really even got a chance to pull up that menu, or even throw out a projectile, because I think that for this matchup especially, Solidus really needs to control the stage as like a brawler character. Like, Yoshi has his projectile with the egg, and he does have certain things, but overall, he's a brawler man.
Tanisha, thank you so much for the 100 bits.
Already down a whole stock is Santiago. That Kaboom is going to suck in Solidus. Like, that was just really hard to see at the same time, because we saw that Windbox literally suck him into the center of it, too. So it wasn't like he was already trapped inside. It just pulled him in. It's a really good move of Heroes, and definitely needs to, like, you gotta be aware of it, and also be aware of the counterplay to it as well, because there is certain counterplay with holding shield and everything, but one thing you can't hold shield on is an aerial when you're in the air trying to grab ledge, and that was probably one of the best spaced back airs I've ever seen. He spaced a slow back air in advance to make sure that the 2-frame would happen on Yoshi's recovery. And that's one of the few times we've seen Solidus go for ledge. Usually he kind of tries to skip ledge. But here, trying to go for that forward smash, not going to connect. And then the patience here for Santiago, knowing that he doesn't want to punish or get punished for getting up too quickly. And the up smash is going to take out Santiago's second stock here. Really close game for what it was starting off to be. I think that this is just one of those things that just kind of happens with this matchup. Like, you never know what could happen. The outcome is just so odd. There it is, a bit of a... Oh my goodness, just running into it. Honestly, I think that he just thought it would come out slower, but not getting the spike either. Santiago kind of getting away with, like, murder almost with that, with the F smash there. And it literally was murder. He literally took out that stock, but what a crazy stock it was to just go away like that. And now the up tilt's gonna come out from Santiago. The patience goes for another one. Solidus comes off the platform only to be met with a giant fireball to the face. Doesn't get a chance to use his backer. The Kaboom! And that move, like I said, it's super dangerous. And honestly, I think that this might be something that Santiago is very much aware of, is great in this matchup. That Kaboom move, because of Yoshi's airspeed, Yoshi loves to be in the air. Like, look how much Solidus is jumping right now. Jump. 1. Goes for it here. He's fine being in the air. Jumps again. 2. Does not jump over this. Okay and comfortable in the air. But right here, thinking you could kind of combat whatever Santiago threw out, and the egg loses to that Kaboom, man. What a great move, and a really great use of it as well.
Yep, and it looks like we're going into game 2. Both of these guys, I'm pretty sure that a little bit of a tough blow right there for Solidus, as that probably was one of his favorite stages, of course, making sure to get those platforms in there. And we'll see how it goes in game 2.
For sure. Looks like we're seeing small battlefield, and I kind of agree with this. I think that other players have kind of done this well against Santiago and like the types of stages that like they picked in terms of like maybe going for battlefield or small battlefield or whatnot. And for Yoshi, he wants small battlefield. Okay, able to make it back. Wasn't sure if he had his jump. He wants small battlefield because this type of range where like you're just within like Santiago's reach, but you also have like plenty of room to kind of get around it. You want like this type of like spacing. You don't really want something where he's going to be able to run away and charge MP like for free, like on PS2 or Town of City or something like that. But you also don't want to give him no room on a stage like Final Destination where there's no platforms to escape. It's wide, but also like there's plenty of space for you to get camped out on. And if you're Yoshi, you gotta just be taking it slow, but also being aggressive when it counts, and definitely doing so right now with that down B. going for the Hatchet Man, and Solidus not running into it. Also aware of the fact that he needs to at least outweigh Santiago's invulnerability off of Angel platform. And look at this, Santiago taking a bunch of damage here in disadvantage.
Woo!
Wow.
Reaching deep in those pockets, taking another stock away that could have lasted for another 20-30 seconds.
Yeah, it's so interesting too. Like, we've seen this happen with like each match so far, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised now if Santiago is able to somehow find a way back into this with either just percent or actually taking an entire stock before he loses his next one. Anything's possible, and especially with Hero. Like, I say that like often just like just rhetorically, but with Hero, like straight up anything is possible. We've seen so much.
He's tried everything. There we go.
Yeah, borrowed time. Like, he literally bought that time. Honestly, he must have went to the store and got the best loaner time he could have possibly found. But we're seeing now Solidus saying that, hey, you gotta pay some interest on that because this stock is going by really quickly. I'm getting into RP4 with these economic words.
Yeah.
But we're seeing some nice gameplay here from Solidus. Some really good use of this stage. Just like the smaller style really helping him out here. And no zoom for Santiago here. So he has to get back on the stage. And it's really hard to grab that ledge with that up B. The Kaswoosh, I think it's called. And Solidus, man, getting that the forward smash with the overextension of that up B from Santiago. And just like the stock just got melted, man. And right here we see Hero one hit into disadvantage here with this forward air, and it was just a really hard situation for him to get back to because you don't want to underextend it because that's like what just happened on that previous stock.
Right.
And then right now we just saw him overextend, so it's definitely a lot of management, a lot of resource management with a character like Hero. And Yoshi's one of those characters where you're managing just totally different things. So like both these players, they definitely are showing their skills off here, and it's gonna be a hard prediction for whoever you think is gonna win because both players have made a wonderful case for themselves so far.
3, 2, 1, go!
All right, we're tied up at 1-1 apiece here. Basically back at 0-0 in a 2-3 set.
Yeah, so true. And honestly, that's a great mentality for any player to kind of think of this too. Is like, all right, like this is pretty much the end of the first set, if you will, as well as just the start of a new one, really.
Yeah.
And you also have to keep in mind you're able to tie it up, or you were able to win a game at least. Whoever you are in this situation, and both players, that's a good thing for them. That's a positive, and you gotta look at it like that. You can't be like worrying yourself or getting anxious about like what happened 2 games ago or this game. You just gotta play each game new with the data you've gotten from the previous. And so far, Solidus definitely using that to its fullest here. Look at all this damage. Not even giving him a chance. Reading the mistech as well from Santiago. Santiago also not doing a regular get up or a regular roll. Opting for the psych up there. I really like the fake out too. We saw like for a microsecond, Santiago phased over the magic burst, and Solidus's reaction was just back off, man. I don't want anything to do with that. No. And rightfully so. We've seen lots of situations where characters without hardy projectiles getting sucked up into that magic burst and dying at like 26, 36, low percents. And let's see what Santiago can do here. Unfortunate, gets caught with one move and now put into a really unfortunate disadvantage state. 76% too. And with Yoshi's rage, I'd say that's some great extra credit for him in this situation. Solidus kind of running away with the stock again. Let's see what Santiago can do. Ooh. Has to use pretty much all of the MP there. Got 20. Alright, nice back air. Gets some MP back. The crit! And the heal, just to kind of lower his percent just a bit. Honestly, smart option there. You only get 2 heals per game. So you honestly using them whenever you feel like is actually optimal, even beyond if the healing really matters in terms of just stats alone. Because now once you have used both heal options, the extra option or like that extra slot that heal would have taken up in your menu is now gone and increases the likelihood of every other spell now. Because you can no longer access that one spell the rest of the match. So often players, like 10% really isn't a lot. Like, and it's just like it's not really enough to like really matter. So a lot of times people will feed for their heals early, just so that the rest of the game they have a higher chance of getting spells they want. Which is actually a really interesting concept about Heroes RNG, since it can be manipulated in certain ways. But we're seeing here, Santiago definitely getting manipulated with the advantage state that Solidus has here. The patience as well, man. Doesn't go for the zoom, I'm surprised. Maybe worried about where he'd land. It definitely is a gamble. It quite literally is RNG on the 5 spots that you can land as hero. And you're just kind of running out of resources here. Uses a spell to get back on the stage, but you're really risking that now. Like, you're below 30 MP. Just getting to 30 now. Using 4 to get back. Using another 20 or so to shoot that lightning bolt. Pretty much out of mana here. Like, pretty much could do nothing else besides maybe a Hocus Pocus or a bounce. But tries to throw off the boom. Doesn't get it. Throws out the scissors. Ooh, the up air. Doesn't kill yet, though. Fireballs. Oh, the up smash! How does he do it, man? Well-spaced, well-timed, everything. And there are so many...
I want to get as much replay in as possible on this.
That was awesome. What a sequence, man.
Yeah, they trade on projectiles, but fortunately, Santiago's projectile sends Solidus a little further back there. You can see it right there. Enough time for him to recover and then take basically control of the stage again, setting up the up smash right there to finish it off.
Yeah, what a great interaction for Santiago there. Great thinking too, and it's just interesting too because that was such a close game, but also so out of his reach at the beginning. Because Solidus just has such an aggressive and such a brawler play style, it's so hard to fight. Because at first you're just like, what do I even do? You know? And we are seeing the switch back to Pokemon Stadium, but Santiago, he is adapting. He's that type of player that will adapt all the time, and definitely not somebody that often falls behind in terms of that adaptation. And because of that, it can get in your head. Because you're seeing this character who's now at such a low MP count that he's like, all right, there's no way to be creative or crafty anymore. He's out of MP. But then all of a sudden, Santiago goes, all right, back to the basics. And just does some regular, stage advantage, to up smash setups. But with that crit forward smash, man, taking out Solidus about halfway through his stock. And we are seeing the accelerate along with a fully charged neutral beam. There it is. Getting him to 66% with the accelerate.
Oh, so close.
Very scary stuff there from Santiago, man. I think the jump armor is what saved him there for Solidus. And we're now seeing Santiago back to low MP, but every time he gets some sort of aggressive action like these grabs, like these forward aerials on Solidus, he gains back a bit of that MP. Now at 28, gonna have to use almost all of it here to get back to stage. Makes it back anyways, has the psych up. You have to respect it if you're Solidus, and who doesn't almost dies for it as well. Now as the bounce, up tilt comes out, not gonna kill yet though. Has to respect it here. Max Rage Yoshi, could kill with anything. Let's see what goes. Down throw into up smash, misses it though. And the Nair. Nice use of that fade back Nair from Yoshi. And the Kaboom not sucking up Yoshi, who's able to glide out of its reach. And when you're at this high, you need a really perfect stock to get any sort of damage on before you lose that stock. Because this could turn out to be really bad if you're not able to, and I think this might be it for the stock. Not yet. Yoshi, I guess, is a bit heavy enough, and PS2 is just big enough to where that is allowing him to live. But with Accelerate, he now doesn't have that airspeed that he lacks normally. And it's possible that... Oh my goodness. The RNG finally biting Santiago, and the crouch of sorrow, maybe. And definitely this changes the matchup entirely. We've seen situations where Solid, like I said, Solidus needed to play that perfectly, and he lived just long enough now to where he has max rage Yoshi, and Santiago's now at 100%, and not gonna do it yet, but oh man, like talk about a turnaround.
Oh.
Walk up tilt, nice. All right, has a chance here, similar to what we just saw from Solidus here. There is still that opportunity for a comeback, and we've known Santiago to be capable of them. So now it's what happens here. Santiago, will he make it back here? Uses 20 MP or so. Uses some more to kind of force Solidus off of him. There it is. Game 5.
All right, so yep, we are going the distance with these two guys. Let's check out the instant replay from game number 4. Looks like these guys are going right back into the full game. Let's hop back over to it.
Right back to PS2, man. And honestly, when you're at game 5, I think both players, even if Santiago kind of doesn't like the stage, that both players are aware of the fact that in the meta, this stage is just overall the most balanced, most neutral stage in the game. Both players don't want to think about stages anymore. And, oh my goodness. Solidus definitely not using his head to think about anything besides that forwarder, man. Going for that forwarder and getting the spike when he needed it most. And now it's just such a deficit to kind of start your 5th game off. Look at this. Oh my goodness.
Oh man, a $103.
Santiago not even moving, just being like, all right.
Let me get a second to rest.
Yeah, I need a nap real quick. It might have paid off. We're seeing a small comeback start. Oh my gosh.
Oh, took a jump away from him.
The thwack, while not dealing damage, had the possibility of killing, but also has just enough like knockback to knock Solidus away from the ledge. And when you're Yoshi, that's honestly more painful than the just the auto kill, because now you just have to watch yourself fall. You have no way of getting back. Your air dodge isn't enough. You have no like actual up B recovery. And so this is now a much closer game than it looked. But at the same time,
certainly not out of reach, no.
Yeah. Oh man. Gets back aired. That forwarder, man, so intimidating. He could go off at any second. The back air, well timed from Santiago. The kaboom, and that's gonna be it for that next stock. Final stock of this set.
And this could honestly go in either direction right now. It's only a 49% difference.
Yeah.
Already
and honestly,
cutting that in half, pretty much.
Keep in mind, Santiago needs 40 MP to throw out that fireball. We saw him try to do it just now. Does not have enough. He has to kind of wait for a bit. And I think he's now deciding to use that fireball later in the stock. He's going to be using it as a kill move, I bet. Because we did see him not using it. He might throw it out now. Psych up. All right, he's trying to power up for it. See what he can get. He's going to try and get a bunch of damage here, or just end it right now. He gets all 3 of his buffs. This is full power hero. He just needs some MP to kind of top it off, you know? And, oh my goodness. Goes for it. Gets the jab. He's trying to load up on MP now. We're going to be seeing the, there it is!
Wow! In a back and forth set that looked like it belonged to Solidus, and then right back and forth. And that quickly changed. Let's catch the instant replay.
Wow. Like, that was just some really well-timed management from resources, because we saw right before this replay had started, we saw Santiago throw out the fireball, but he did not have enough MP. He needed 40 MP to throw it out or so, and he was like just shy of it. So then he was like, all right, I just can't use this again, because if Solidus sees that I try to go for it again, or like go for the certain situations, he's gonna know, and then it's gonna be 40 MP down the drain. And so instead, he used that small amount, maybe 20, 30-ish MP that he had to get damage buffs, speed buffs, and knockback buffs to then get that Yoshi to kill percent and make sure that once he got the 40 MP again from the grab, from the forward tilt, from the forward air, that he would be able to then get that kill. And it just happens so quickly. Like, that's just so hard to kind of anticipate, as well as like when you're the opponent, that's hard to just like, that's hard to just realize it's happening.
Yeah,
it's a lot to manage.
Very, very true on that right there. So, looks like we'll be going into the next round. I'll pop the bracket up, and then we're going to be joined by So, we just got done with winners finals in a hotly competitive game number 5, Forsaken Santiago, reversing the seesaw on that, going up 3-2, putting themselves in grand finals. Now, we're getting ready